Hi. Alright, so it's nighttime, so I have this nightlight to give me some lighting, and it's looking a little spooky, kind of. Also, my hair. um, yeah, so since I'm inspired by this spooky lighting and stuff, I decided to do a scary story. So, let's get started. Alright. So our story begins not with once upon a time, but there once was a little girl. Okay, she was riding her bike like she liked to do, just to get away from everything, just to ride her bike away from her troubles. Exercise is always a good stress reliever, and it's just a good way to get away from any problems that you can be dealing with. So that's what she was doing, and her name was Anna Louise. So Anna Louise took off on her bike. She was upset about just random stuff. It didn't really even matter. She was just getting away. She was riding her bike down this trail, and she was riding her bike down a trail, and she was a little tired. Okay, she was a little tired, and she wasn't really looking around at her surroundings. She wasn't looking around. She was just riding, and she went into this field, which led into a middle school. So she kept riding, and when she was halfway through the field, there wasn't anything around her, at least not that she knew of. Just the grass and herself on her bike. And she made it halfway through the field, and then suddenly she felt something on her waist. She felt a hand touch her, and naturally she felt something, and so her automatic response was to scream bloody murder and then turn around, only to see that there was nothing behind her. Nothing could have possibly touched her because nothing was there. So she stopped riding her bike and she just looked around. Nobody could have ran away that quickly. It wouldn't be possible. She would at least see something. Somebody going around a corner or something. But no, she saw nothing. And then she just stood there on her bike and didn't know what to do. And then she started to turn around because she didn't want to keep going. She thought maybe this was a warning somehow. A warning of danger ahead. I don't know. She didn't know. So she went back. And then the next day, she went riding again. She went riding back out to the same place. And then she stopped at the place where she felt something touch her. She stopped at that same place in the middle of the field, and then she just got off her bike and she went to a tree that was nearby. She set her bike down. She walked over to this really tall tree, and for some reason something was telling her to climb the tree. She didn't know why, but she just had this feeling. I'll call it intuition, I don't know. She decided to climb the tree. She went to the very top, And then she looked down at the ground, and over in the distance there was a mound of leaves and dirt and stuff. It was a big pile. And then she didn't think much of it until then she looked like closer, like she looked more intently at that place, and then she saw something. She saw a hand. She saw a hand coming out of that mound of leaves, and then she just stared at it, and then she was frozen. She finally came like to her senses and just realized, okay, I need to get out of this tree and go look and see what's going on. So she got down and she went over to that pile, and she was terrified. She was terrified to move the leaves around to see what was down there, and she did. She took a deep breath, and then she moved the leaves to the side, and when she moved some of them away, she saw that the hand was now an arm, and then she stopped, and she didn't want to see anymore because she knew that this was somebody who was dead, and she didn't want to see it. So she called the police, and then they came, and the police asked her how it is that she found the body, because normally you don't look over there where that pile was. Normally you can't really see it when you're just in the field walking or whatever. You pass right by it, and you don't really notice it. But she didn't want to explain because she didn't really know how to. If she said that she felt a hand on her waist, like getting her attention, she didn't know how to explain that to them, so she just said that she was just walking around and she discovered it, and that was it. But years later, she thinks about that, and she thinks, who was that hand that, like, who touched her? She knew somebody did. It wasn't the wind, it wasn't a leaf blowing off of a tree. It was a hand. It was a person's hand. And maybe it was that person who died, getting her attention, trying to get her to find the body. The end. It actually turned into a really sad, scary story, and I don't even know if it's scary. Maybe it's just sad. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, that's the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, birds. I have 2 different color things. So, I hope you all have a lovely evening, day, whatever time it is you watch this. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!